Welcome to this video on zorevunersen, produced by Dr. Roberto A. Miki. This is an overview of the drug, zorevunersen, and its relevance to Dravet syndrome. Help support the channel. Remember to like and subscribe. Dravet syndrome is a severe form of developmental and epileptic encephalopathy, first described by Charlotte Dravet in 1978. It affects about 1 in 15,700 people, and is also known as severe myoclonic epilepsy of infancy, or SMEI. Clinically, Dravet syndrome is characterized by prolonged febrile and non-febrile seizures starting before 1 year of age. It also leads to cognitive impairment, developmental delay, behavior disorders, and motor deficits, with a significant range in symptom severity. Genetically, Dravet syndrome is autosomal dominant and caused by a heterozygous loss-of-function mutation in the SCN1A gene. This gene encodes the sodium channel type 1 alpha subunit, NAV1.1. One functional SCN1A gene is not enough for normal nerve function, a condition known as haploinsufficiency, which causes an excitatory-inhibitory imbalance leading to hyperexcitability and seizures. Current treatment primarily involves anti-seizure medications, but patients often lack adequate control. Patients face a high risk of sudden, unexpected death in epilepsy, highlighting a large and urgent need for better treatment options. Zorevunersen, also known as STK001, is an antisense oligonucleotide. These are short DNA molecules that target a specific RNA transcript based on sequence. Zorevunersen works through splice switching, specifically by blocking a 20N poison exon. A poison exon is a highly conserved, alternatively spliced, non-coding DNA segment. Its inclusion in mRNA creates a premature termination codon. This leads to mRNA destruction via nonsense-mediated decay, ultimately reducing the specific protein level. Zorevunersen prevents the inclusion of exon 20N in the SCN1A mRNA. Exon 20N is a poison exon whose prevalence normally lowers at birth. NAV1.1 is expressed at low levels in embryos and increases after birth. The efficacy of zorevunersen was evaluated in the open-label multi-center phase 1-2 Monarch and Admiral trials with extensions Swallowtail and Longwing. These trials involved 81 patients aged 2 to 18, receiving intrathecal administration of zorevunersen. Stoke Therapeutics is the lead sponsoring company, but Biogen is also helping finance the development. The primary endpoint was the safety profile. Secondary endpoints included the change from baseline in the frequency of convulsive seizures, protein levels in CSF, quality of life measured by EQ-VAS, and the clinical and caregiver global impression of change. Nearly all patients experienced at least one adverse event. The most common adverse event was the expected post-lumbar puncture syndrome, due to the intrathecal nature of the administration of the medication. Elevated CSF protein levels were seen in 44% of patients in the extension portion of the studies. This has been seen in other intrathecal antisense oligonucleotides, specifically FDA-approved nusinersen, used for SMA. In terms of efficacy, the average baseline seizure frequency was 17 per month. At the 70 milligram dose, the seizure frequency was reduced by 58.82% to 90.91% from baseline. Remember, this was not a controlled trial, but compared to baseline only. Regarding quality of life, 84% of patients and 95% of caregivers reported improvement at the 70 milligram dose. The phase 3 Emperor trial is currently ongoing. The enrollment goal for this randomized quadruple-blind control trial is 170 patients, with the final data readout and FDA submissions predicted for 2028. Dravet syndrome is one of several conditions associated with haploinsufficiency. Other diseases include Marfan syndrome, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, cleidocranial dysplasia, Phelan-McDermid syndrome, DiGeorge syndrome, familial hypercholesterolemia, Alagille syndrome, and HA20. Here are the references used for the information provided in this video.